And one Sydney Broderick playing catcher for the BYU Cougars. She is our first in-studio guest, a two-time West Coast Conference Player of the Week, and she's a freshman. Sydney, what's going on so early in your BYU career that you feel this comfortable?
I'm just trying to play my game and just let everyone know that I deserve to be here and doing what I can to help the team out.
What is your game?
Domination.
I don't know, just trying to hit the ball hard, just doing my part, catching.
You do that. You swing a really, really big stick, which it's fun to watch.
You're from Ashburn, Virginia. Tell us about Ashburn, Virginia, and how you got to BYU and Provo, Utah.
Okay, well, both my parents went to BYU, and we are LDS, and my older sister went to BYU, and I have all the rest of my family live out here, so I was always considering BYU, and I started talking to them when I was about a sophomore in high school, and I went to their camp, and then Coach Eakin watched me in Colorado for a tournament, and he offered me after that. So
did you consider any other schools, or was it always BYU?
It was always BYU.
Really?
Nice.
Yeah.
Did you watch BYU softball at all on BYUtv in the past?
Oh, yeah. Always.
That's unique. You're in Virginia and you could watch BYU.
Yeah, I recorded like every game, just watched everything. Even after I was committed, I was like, oh, I'm so excited to be out there, and just like wanted to watch everything they would do and stuff, and it was really cool.
You've got your career off to a great start.
And
so
your family can enjoy watching the games on BYU. It's a unique situation. Do you have cousins and aunts and uncles and that kind of thing that are able to watch in various states?
Oh, yeah. Well, they all of the rest of my family live out here, so a lot of them come to the games.
Nice.
But my family back in Virginia, they record every game and watch it on TV.
Awesome.
What is up, Broderick family in Ashburn, Virginia? We give them a shout out.
Hello.
Hi, family.
I need some more emphasis on that. Hi, family.
Hi, Mom,
Yeah,
Dad,
there you go.
sister, brother.
That's right. That's
like
the
My
Sydney.
dog.
That's what the Sydney we know and love.
Arrested Development. I can't remember the. Hey, brother.
Sydney Broderick of the BYU softball team, two-time West Coast Conference Player of the Week, is joining BYU Sports Nation. Your team has won 7 of 8. The one setback came against Santa Clara, and kind of a crazy game. It was really well pitched. You lost 2-1, but you bounced back. You take 2 or 3 against them. You win 2 in a row against Southern Utah. So 7 of 8 as you go into conference play. What's clicking for BYU softball right now?
We're just all starting to play together, and like when our pitching shows up, our hitting will show up, and at the beginning of the season that was a problem when like one would show up, the other wouldn't. So now we're just both starting to play together as a team and coming together in every aspect of the game. So
Sydney Broderick, a catcher and freshman and 2-time winner of the West Coast Conference Player of the Week award, is on BYU Sports Nation. The nuances of being a catcher and as a freshman at the college level. What's that adjustment been like to be behind the dish?
Well, I was really nervous about catching at the beginning of the season because I hadn't caught in a long time. I played outfield. I played center for my high school team, and I played right field for my travel team. So I had not caught for a long time, so I was really nervous about it. But once I got back into the swing of things, it was fine, and everyone's a lot better out here, so I had to adjust my game a little, but it was fine.
You're working with some fantastic pitchers, 3 of which combined to throw a no-hitter earlier this season, I believe against Utah Valley University. How was it playing in that game?
Oh, that was fun. It's always fun when every pitcher is on. You can call any pitch, and it'll work, and the hitters are just fooled, and the pitchers did great that game.
How much credit does the catcher deserve in a no-hitter?
All of it?
No. No, it's
some, though.
A little. It's mainly the pitchers. I just call the
That's
pitches.
a good answer.
The pitchers will throw it where I call it, so it's the pitcher's responsibility. It's their credit.
And come on, you got to catch the ball. You can't let it get past you. You know what I mean. You're a left-handed catcher, right? Mm-hmm. That's different.
Yeah, it's different.
How is that different?
I never thought it was that weird, but I came here and everyone's like, "Oh, you're a left-handed catcher. That's so cool." And I guess you just don't see them around very often. So
Sydney Broderick, left-handed catcher for BYU softball
left-handed catcher
on BYU Sports Nation. This team has wins against some of the elite competition in the country. You beat Oregon. Mm-hmm. They've been ranked number 1 this season. You beat Tennessee. They were ranked number 2 at the time. Then you have losses to Chattanooga and Santa Clara. Why the inconsistency from this team?
I think it's just because we're a young team, and I don't know. I don't like using that as an excuse, and it's not an excuse. We definitely should have won those games, but I think for the bigger games, we were just all very pumped up, like knowing we can play with them, knowing we can beat them, and so we all played our best game, and it all came together, and we beat them.
I asked that same question to your teammate, Ashley Robinson, and she gave me a similar answer. The question is, how do you take that big game mentality into every game? That's tough. How do you do that?
We just have to find a way to pump ourselves up for every game, know that every game is important, and we're not going to get handed a win, and it's not just going to come to us easy. We have to work hard every game to be able to win.
Sydney Broderick of the BYU softball team is on BYU Sports Nation. They play Weber State tomorrow at 7 Eastern on BYUtv and BYU Radio. I want to ask you about Pete Meredith. So he's from New Zealand, right? World-class softball pitcher. Like, I didn't realize this till the other day. We were told he's one of maybe the best ever pitchers. What kind of, and this is his first year at the helm, what kind of addition has he been to the Cougar coaching staff?
Oh, it's awesome having Coach Meredith there. Especially since I'm a catcher and he works with pitchers, he helps me a lot too. So he helps me, like, we talk about the batters before each game and about what we should throw to them. And he just gives me so many tips and pointers that I would have never thought of. And it's just really helpful. And also during practice, he'll pitch to us. And a lot of
What's
time.
that like?
Oh, at the beginning, it was really hard because we just, like, his ball moves like crazy, and he always says, like, his little sayings, like, he's like, a little wiggle, and it'll rise like that, and we'll swing and completely miss it, and it's really, really helpful, though, for the batters to face him because no other pitcher can move the ball like he does, so if we can hit him, we can hit anyone.
Are you making all of the calls as a catcher, as a freshman, for your pitchers? Like, are you comfortable doing that?
Yeah, at the beginning of the season, Coach Meredith would call the games, but recently, he's let me call them, so it's...
Do you like that?
Yeah, I love calling.
How often does the pitcher shake off what you give them? Because then it's sort of up to them, but you're suggesting what you think would be good?
It's not too often, but it will happen occasionally, and usually I'll have, like, a couple pitches in my mind, and sometimes I know what they want to throw, so I'll call it.
Sydney Broderick, BYU catcher, a left-handed catcher, which is
Spencer,
not coming. The left-handed catcher. Yeah,
yes.
I'm sorry. Two-time West Coast Conference Player of the Week as well as a freshman out of Virginia. She's on BYU Sports Nation right now. Now, you've had some coaches in the past that have handed out candy on the bases, correct, Jeremy?
Notably, Neda Leahy at first base. She's not on the staff now, so that doesn't happen during the game.
So who's filling that void now? Who is the lighthearted coach?
Who's the Willy
candy
Wonka?
distributor? Yeah.
Well, that would be House. A lot of times during practice, she'll, like, come over and sneak a little candy in my hand, and she'll have, like, her fist closed, and then she'll be like, Sydney, come here. And she'll, like, open her fist, and there's candy. So she'll just give it out randomly during practice.
Very good.
And it's not in the game anymore. I've always thought that just was you could be stealing second, you're choking on a Skittle or something. That could have been a problem.
Okay, we asked this to Ashley last time too. Who's the most random player on your team? I think I know who you're going to say, but who's the most random teammate that you have? In terms of sayings and mannerisms.
It's definitely Mackenzie St. Clair.
That is correct. The same player.
Yes.
Do it for your country, right?
Yes.
Play sport ball
Yes,
or something?
sport ball,
Yeah,
smack
okay.
ball.
Yeah.
There's one other one. I can't remember what it was.
Smack bottom?
Do it for your... Yeah, smack bottom.
We didn't hear
right.
that one.
I heard that one after a game before. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. Sydney Broderick on BYU Sports Nation as the Cougars get set to host Weber State tomorrow. When you look at these in-state teams, you're taking on Utah State and Utah Valley and Utah. What kind of added emphasis do you put onto these games, if any at all?
Well, we just know that we want to come out strong because we want to be the best team in Utah, and we just want to beat everyone. So we come out with a strong mentality that we should beat them.
Are you the best team in Utah?
Yes.
There you go. I like the confidence. I like the confidence a lot. And you look at the first year of the West Coast Conference. You guys are in a, I guess, three-way tie right now with St. Mary's and Pacific at 4-2. You do get an auto bid to the NCAA tournament. And this is something that, I'm sure is the goal is you get to the NCAA tournament, you want to not only get to the regional, but the super regional. There's a high standard for BYU softball. Can you talk about some of the team goals and your expectation for this year?
Well, it's definitely to make it to the tournament, and they've made it 9 years in a row.
Yeah, 9 consecutive.
Yeah,
that's impressive.
Yeah, so we're definitely hoping to make it 10 this year, and Of course, we want to move on to Super Regionals and then the World Series. So, and we've proven that we can do it, beating Oregon and Tennessee, who are almost always there. So we know we can do it, and we just have to all come together and play like we know how, and we can be there.
Who's the toughest competition in the WCC, you think? I guess you haven't played everybody yet.
No, but
On paper.
Since St. Mary's and Pacific, we know that they're tied with us, so we know they're going to be tough. And I heard LMU was going to be tough too. I don't know much about them because I'm a freshman, but
You'll find out soon.
Yeah, I'll find out.
Yeah, you have a couple more series. I guess 3 more series in conference against those teams. LMU next week, all 3 on BYUtv. Then at Pacific, and then home with St. Mary's.
Sydney Broderick, BYU softball star on BYU Sports Nation. We want you to do a couple of things. One, we want you to sign our BYU Sports Nation Rise Up flag. And then I'm gonna clue you in on something called the BYU Sports Nation Karma. Are you aware of BYU Sports Nation Karma?
No.
Okay, well,
You will be soon.
lucky you, because when you come on the show before a game, we give you the BYU Sports Nation Karma, and you go and have an outstanding game. So at this time, we bestow upon you the Karma.
Perfect.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Do you mind signing our flag?
Just to give you some evidence, do you remember who hit a home run in the series against Santa Clara in game number 2?
Ashley Robinson.
How many home runs does she have this year?
1.
1.
She was on the show.
She was on the show
Right before
Right
that.
before
So
that.
it works.
Yes.
All
And,
right.
and that's one of like 1,800 instances. I'm just kidding. There's only 200. But
Yeah. Well, we'll get there. Are you ready to play?
Yeah.
Okay. Sydney, thanks so much for the time. Good luck against Weber State.
Thank you.